Hi, this is Sean. In this video, let's talk about how to build a rapport. First, what is rapport? Rapport is a sincere emotional connection with a person, setting stage for a great conversation and a great relationship. Then why do we have to build a rapport? Because the consequences for selling are profound, and it all starts with building rapport. Whether someone likes you or not determines how your selling process will go, and the buyer's decisions process will go. Therefore, it is very important to build a rapport. And we also have the brain called old brain and new brain. Remember that people buy their hearts and justify with their head. Emotional brains are something that includes the feelings of anger, desire, hatred, and love. Rational brains are deliberate, analytical, and future thinking. You can take your sales conversations to be more influential and persuasive to your prospective buyer by appealing to both old and new brain. People trust people they like. People buy from people they like. People want people they like to succeed. Your ability to make connections with buyers and building rapport is a key to your sales success. Building rapport leads to some very important outcomes because people will talk to, share information with, buy from, feel loyalty to, and interest people to people they like. Therefore, building a rapport, whether you are in sales or not, is a very important skill for us to have. So let's look at then 4 principles of the rapport. Building liking and rapport can be learned like any other skills. And we have a 4 principles of rapport, including empathy, authenticity, similarity, and shared experience. Let's go through each of these components. First, empathy. What gives your brain as much as pleasure as food and money? Can you guess what? Talking about yourself. One of the best ways to build a rapport is to get them to talk about themselves. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of one another. Then how do you build empathy? Get them to talk about themselves. Such as, just ask them, tell me about yourself and your situation. What did you do last weekend? How are you feeling about this? And you can also demonstrate that you are actively listening by restating, such as summarizing by saying, okay, in sum, this is what I heard. Inquiring, ask more, especially what you understand, what they say correctly, such as, so you say A and B has been a problem for your business for a long time. Is that what I'm hearing? And acknowledging. Demonstrate that you understand the implications and the related feelings. For example, I understand what you are going through right now. When I first started doing business, I had to face a number of rejection and hardship. I totally empathize with you. Next component of the building a rapport is authenticity. Avoid being fake. Because most people like a listener, but few people like a faker. Anyone who comes across as a fake or phony is immediately disliked. People like people who are genuine. Then how do you build authenticity? Simple. Don't smile too much. Smile slower. Just be yourself. Next component will be similarity. Sharing stories. There was a meeting between a buyer and seller. Buyer just found that she was diagnosed with a breast cancer a day before the meeting. Buyer said to seller, sorry if I seem out of it. I just got diagnosed with a breast cancer. Seller also happens to be diagnosed with a breast cancer a few years ago. Seller told the buyer, I am a cancer survivor and I know what you are going through right now. In the ensuing 10 years, they had done about $20 million of business together. The point of the story is, people like themselves. The more you find the common ground, the more you can develop genuine rapport. Then how do you develop this similarity? First, find a similar interest. Find the interest and background in the common with other person and you can make deepen and connections. Second, mirror the buyer. Mirroring buyer's basic motivations, behaviors such as their tonality and body language. For example, if they lean forward, you also want to lean forward. If they have a certain tonality, you also want to match their tonality. If they have a soft tonality like this, then you also want to talk to soft tonality. But if they have a hard tonality like this, you also want to talk to the hard tonality. Next will be mirroring that also works with the pace and preference of the interactions. For example, if they talk slow, you also want to talk slower. But if they talk quietly, you also want to talk quietly. Next will be shared experience. People who are actively involved develop a stronger liking and sense of the ownership in what they are working on. Rather than you are the only one coming up with the solutions for them, work with the buyers to come up with a solution together. Interact with the people in their business process. Then how do you do this? Work collaboratively. Define a problem that a buyer is trying to solve. Craft the solution with them. Devise a strategy to present. We'll talk about this in more detail in later video. So in summary, empathy, be curious, listen, and care. Authenticity, be real, don't be fake. Similarity, find the common ground. Shared experience, interact together. But there are some things to avoid when building a rapport. First, because when people see something that completely contradicts their worldview, the parts of the brain that handle logic and reason completely turns off. So, avoid argument. If you want to drive the change and persuade buyers, then full-on arguing will not help you. Then how do you do this? Question their assumption. Suggest the idea. Share your experience. And also, one thing to keep in mind is that when interacting, you want to be mindful of your body language and tonality, because 93% of all the interactions are non-verbal communications. So keeping in mind these body language and tonalities are very, very important. For example, when you're talking to your prospective buyer, you want to open your body and also speak with a tonality that you are understanding and is sympathizing with them. Do not express the feeling of frustration. So this sums up the how to build a rapport with the prospective you are going to be talking to when it comes to owning and operating your business. In next video, I will be talking about how you can uncover the needs and desire for the prospect. If you find this video helpful, please like this video and subscribe to my channel for more information. Thank you for watching.